script that made it so appealing to have it become a movie? There's millions of scripts. It's like unlimited reservoir sometimes of this content that's out there. So what was it about the script itself that captivated the three of you?
Well, for me, it's really a story about a guy who's really down on his luck. His relationships are disintegrating. He's a failed children's book writer in Los Angeles, and things are not going well, and in any area of his life. And he gets talked into coming to the Midwest in the winter, in an environment he's not at all suited for or ready for. But the movie is essentially sort of about rejuvenation and kind of this guy through the various tribulations that he goes through in this harsh environment really comes to his own, comes into his center and gets kind of a whole new lease on life. And I think that's kind of what people are. We're in a down economy. We just don't know where we are right now as a society, as a country, and we're looking for something we're looking for a rebirth in a way, and that's what the story is really about. It's about this guy getting a second chance and kind of getting reinvigorated and regenerated and finding love and finding sort of the beauty of the simplicity of where he winds up. I wouldn't say it's a true story, but it's kind of a wish for a true story.
It's kind of a love letter to Wisconsin in a lot of ways too. I'm from Ohio, which is obviously somewhat different, but I was really drawn to in some ways it's sort of like a city mouse, country mouse thing, but it doesn't make fun of the Midwest. Like it sort of points out sort of idiosyncrasy. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, never. In the end, the guy from LA sort of ends up learning a lot from the people from the small town, and it's just sort of like this beautiful, I feel like, ode to our county in the state of Wisconsin.
At the end of the movie, you give credit to all of the background actors, which I thought was extremely classy. And I just wanted to recognize that. And I also wanted to ask you, in the film itself, how much leeway did you get for improv? Because I felt like there was a little bit of improv in watching it, but I wasn't sure, if you had a lot of room to do, or if he was just going for what he needed.
That's a good question. I can't speak for everybody else, but there was a little bit of improv with my stuff. I mean, it's definitely very scripted, and it's mostly what you see was very much written out in the script. But there were, with some of my stuff, he sort of let me go a little bit, and especially around some of the Badgers stuff. There were just moments where there wasn't something written. It was like JP reacts, or something, and like. So I had a little bit of room to play that way, but it was mostly very scripted by Mike.
Did you go off script?
We went off script, but as true with all films, you're doing multiple takes, so you can add a line, improv a line on one take, delete it on the next take, or build on it on the following take. And then he can choose what he wants in the editing room. So he was very open to that. He was very open to actors giving him ideas, and this being his first feature-length script, I thought he was pretty open about letting people play a bit.
Is that normal?
And since you're here at the Philadelphia Independent Film Festival, what is it that you look for in a fast? Maybe you can help us as we help others like yourselves. What is it that you feel that we can collectively, do together to make your film successful?
I think for me, coming to a festival like this, part of the agenda is to draw in moviegoers who are really, really interested in alternative kind of movies that aren't just huge blockbuster mainstream movies. I mean, this movie happens to be a great comedy, has tremendous commercial potential, but because of the way it was shot, the amount of time we had, we shot it on a red cam, a digital red cam. Looks fabulous, but but it's for, it's for people who want that kind of alternative kind of movie-going experience. People who see this movie, talk it up, bring people to our website. It's really going to help when the distribution deal happens. Of course, publicity never hurts.
Right. So distribution then, or at least the publicity step into the distribution aggregation.
Right, and basically word of mouth and buzz and interest and internet activity is really helpful for us.
It is, and it's all ages, and really the word of mouth. I mean, we just we finished up 2 weekends of screenings in a little town of 2,600 people in Wisconsin that has an opera house, and we're doing some unique things there. We're bringing in some alternative films, and the word of mouth. I mean, our screening on Friday night, we had a bunch of hype on the news and around, and Friday's night was a great draw. But Sunday we had double because the word of mouth, even over this couple of days in a small town, got out, and we decided to hold it over for another weekend. So we held it over for another weekends, and all ages, but especially like even like from 50s to like 80s. We had on our last screening these 4 ladies come on a Monday night at 7:30. They drove like an hour away. And they have. It's funny because in the theater I could see their white hair glisten, and their head would roll back, and they loved talking to the screen. It was just a fun. It's even fun to sit in those audiences.
They were drunk.
They was.
It was.